Hi, thank you, and thanks for giving me the opportunity to speak today. My name's Gavin Bruce. I live in Modesto. I've lived in Modesto for almost my whole life. Grew up on the Stanislaus and the Tuolumne rivers, and by extension, the upper watersheds and Stanislaus National Forest. And just growing up appreciating what we have here in the valley in terms of our ecosystems and our waterways, and learning about just the amount of biodiversity we have here. This is a special place that we live um, on this planet. This is our little piece of the earth. This is our little piece of the planet, and we have a responsibility to take care of it. So I just want to preface what I'm going to say based on that. Um, so I've been trying to stay up on what's happening with the Bay Delta Plan as best as I can. As somebody who works full time and is not based in Sacramento, I find this whole process to provide public comment, to stay up on all of the ins and outs of everything that's happening, to be very confusing and daunting at times. Being able to provide public comment and things like that. And today, I mean, this is a meeting that has gone on all day. It seems prohibitory for seeking ample public comment. And so, because of that, I have some serious concerns about the proposition to move forward with the voluntary agreements, because to me, it seems like that is just basically another word for saying backroom deals with special interest groups, which by nature makes the process even more opaque. Um, I have some concerns with that. I think it's telling today that a lot of the people that are there in person that were able to provide public comment are from municipalities, utilities, water agencies. These are groups that have staff and resources to be able to devote to providing comments. And so I think that is telling about this process and how it's not as transparent as it should be with the general public and all of the people who are going to be affected by what you decide, how you decide to move forward. Um, the thing I want to say is that there seems to be a false dichotomy that is brought up in these types of discussions. This false dichotomy between you're either for the environment or you're for low-income families and low-income communities, and I think that that's a false dichotomy that I think is distracting from a conversation we can have to actually reimagine what our economies can look like, being in harmony with our local environments and doing what we need to do as people who live here to be stewards of the land that we have here, and all of the species that we have here. So I think that's a missed opportunity. Also, in terms of the voluntary agreements, not doing enough consultation with tribal interests and tribal beneficial uses, and really consulting with them, not just doing lip service to that aspect of it and checking it off, but really doing consulting there is really needed in this process. Another dichotomy that seems to come up is there is the use of water, increasing flows for healthy ecosystems, and then there's what are being called beneficial uses. But a healthy ecosystem is a beneficial use of water, and so I want to reiterate that. I think that is not a way that we should be framing this conversation. Um, Everything is interconnected. Our healthy ecosystems have benefits to our communities and our own health as human beings that live here. So I want to say that that if you move forward with voluntary agreements, entertaining scenarios that would result in the collapse of ecosystems, the extinction of species that have taken millions and millions of years to evolve, the collapse of ecosystems that have taken eons to form, the collapse of the fishing industry, and harming indigenous cultures and lifeways that depend on salmon and um, other aspects of the ecosystem. Um, Being okay with doing that and moving forward that way just to appease some special interest groups would be that is not proper water management. It's not proper resource management. All of those other uses are beneficial uses also. And so I want to urge you to reject the voluntary agreements. in favor of enforcing the regulatory requirements and making the necessary updates to the Bay Delta Plan. Thank you.